Mama Osas was a woman from Benin City known as the woman of prayer. She was a widow who was raising 3 children by selling gari and palm oil in the local market. Life had not been kind to her. Her husband died young, leaving death behind. Yet she never allowed bitterness to consume her. Every morning before the cock crowed, she would kneel before her bed and whisper, "Lord, give me strength, provide for my children, let me not fall into temptation." Her eldest son, Osaige, full of dreams but weighed down by hardship. Life was a daily struggle. School fees for him and his younger siblings, food and rent were constant battles. Yet, Osaige carried a quiet strength. He believed that God had a purpose for his life, even when circumstances seemed to say otherwise. Our second son, Osaige, was brilliant but restless. He often complained, "Mama, prayer cannot pay school fees. We need money, real money." His friends in town were already driving flashy cars, some rumored to be involved in fraud. Osaige was tempted. One evening, he told his mother, "If I join them, I can change our life overnight." Mama Osaige looked at him with tears in her eyes. "My son, wealth without peace is poverty in disguise. Do not sell your soul for quick gain. God's blessing may be slow, but it is sure." Weeks later, Osaige was given an offer he couldn't reject. A man approached him with an offer to join a scheme that promised fast riches. The plan was simple: deceive people online, collect their money, and share the profit. Osaige wrestled with the thought. He remembered his mother's words, but the hunger in their home was real. That night, he prayed for the first time in months, "God, show me the right path." For weeks, he battled with the good and the bad thoughts, until one day, he finally took the offer by the man and was secretly working for the man without the knowledge of his family members. Months passed, and he couldn't hide it anymore. His mother found out and told his elder brother, Osaige, who was in school. They both warned Osaige against it and told him they won't partake in spending the money that came from it. Osaige wasn't having it because he was already enjoying the money he was getting. So he decided to move out of the house and started living with his friends. His mother begged him to stay, but he refused. Soon he picked up bad habits and was introduced to joining a cult group for protection. But he couldn't get himself to join because he still believed in God, even though he had gone astray. Things were going on well with him. He refused to go to school because he felt there was no need to go to school with the kind of money he was making. He was enjoying life, the life he always dreamt of, the good life. Meanwhile, at the university, Osaige faced ridicule. Some classmates mocked him for his worn-out shoes and his refusal to join cult groups that promised protection and influence. They said, "Without power, you will be crushed here." But Osaige remembered what God's word says. "We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers." He knew that true strength came from God, not from violence or intimidation. One night, on his way back from the library, Osaige had a terrifying encounter. A cult group tried to recruit him, threatening that if he refused, he would suffer. They left him, but he was scared. And Osaige embarked on a prayer marathon. He prayed fervently, asking God for deliverance. One fateful day, there was a clash of 2 different cult groups. There was serious commotion in the school environment, shooting and running that the police couldn't intervene. But there were many deaths and casualties. Some of the cult guys were able to escape. That same day, Osaige was at home when he heard a knock on the door. It was one of his friends. He was panting and in a hurry. Osaige was asking him what was going on, but he refused to answer. He packed some of his few things and ran out. Osaige was still clueless until one day the police came to his house asking of his friend, and because he couldn't give a good answer, they searched the house and found out Osaige was into fraud and was arrested. Weeks later, the university announced a crackdown of cult activities and several leaders were expelled. Osaige saw it as a divine intervention, a sign that God was fighting his battles. He stopped living in fear of cult guys and he started working as a tutor, teaching younger students in school. Students admired his dedication and began supporting him with small gifts of food and money. His resilience inspired others, and he became a symbol of hope for youth who felt trapped by poverty and fear. His mother was very proud of him and his little sister, but was only sad that her other son, Osaige, went the wrong way and was still in prison. She kept praying for him every day. Years later, Osaige graduated with honors and became a respected engineer. He built a house for his mother, ensuring she never had to worry about food again. Whenever people asked him about his success, he would say, "It was not my strength, it was all God." He returned to his community, not just as a successful man, but as a mentor. He started a youth center where young people could learn skills, study, and pray together. He often told them the greatest warfare is not fought with fists, but with faith in God and resilience. In no time, Osaige was released from prison for good behavior. He had learnt his lesson and joined his brother Osaige at the youth center to talk to young people not to make the same mistakes he made. Despite the wasted years, he decided to go to school and was lucky to get a scholarship funded by a church foundation. Within weeks, Osaige was enrolled in university. His fees fully paid. Years passed. Osaige graduated with honors and made his mother proud and happy. God can turn pain into purpose. The struggle of this family eventually became a testimony that inspired and helped other young people. Faith in God is the greatest weapon against temptation. God rewards those who remain faithful during hard times. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was insightful. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Bye.